Welcome to Really Important Thinking with Dr. Chris Chismore, hosted by Tom and Griffin.
We are your hosts, Tom and Griffin.
Unfortunately, our illustrious friend, Dr. Chris Chismore, is away on his important research and unable to host the podcast this week.
But fear not, dear listener, because he has left us in charge, and we are going to try to do a really good job of a podcast.
This week, Dr. Chismore has asked us to talk about
Guy food.
Have you seen my new character, Guy Food?
Guy food. What is it? I haven't seen it.
Yeah, he's a French crane operator, and he's just really trying to build he wants new construction in Paris, and they're kind of fighting him on it. They're like, this is a low-rise city. We don't really have many high-rises.
He's kind of like your dad, but a French guy.
Yeah, my dad's constantly trying to get cranes up over various European cities.
He loves building stuff.
He does like cranes.
Yeah.
He sees cranes and he's like, that's a good sign.
Yeah.
And I think that's true. I don't know if that's unique to realtors.
No. And me, I'm going to be seeing fewer cranes, and I'm going to be seeing more storks.
Right. Wow. Incredible transition to, I'd say, the tired news that Tom's having a baby.
Well, yeah, but I was going to make the joke that we're building momentum. We are on a month-long break, but
Sure.
we're recording 2 weeks in a row, so we're building momentum only to have that momentum ruined in a short week or two.
The high holy days and the birth of Tom's child.
Yeah, by the birth of my child. So.
And I got news for that child. The podcast don't stop. This is me looking into the camera at the baby. The podcast don't stop. Sundays for about 2.5 hours, I get your dad.
Yeah, you're going to lose your father.
Hey, Jordan, sorry, no help from the mister.
Mm-hmm.
Because really important thoughts have to be made.
No help from the big sir.
Somebody's got to be supporting this community with genius ideas, and damn if it ain't me and Tom.
And speaking of the big sir, or speaking of father, we again, the father of this podcast, Dr. Chris Chismore, cannot be here to host it.
Unfortunately, he texted that he really wanted to make it, and he was like, I'm really trying. And then, well, there was a development.
Yes.
He is not here this week because he is taking a break.
A well-deserved break.
A well-deserved break from his hit Broadway show.
Yeah, he's actually he's taking a break to see all the other Broadway shows. So he's still on Broadway.
He's still around Broadway. Yeah, so just to clarify he's been doing a musical version of Really Important Thinking on Broadway.
Yeah, kind of one-man show, podcast, hybrid.
So that's why for the past month when we weren't posting, we were busy doing other stuff, but he also couldn't host it because he was doing his show.
Yeah. So this week he's taking a break from his one-man show to see all the other shows.
His one-man show musical.
Yeah, his one-man show musical, because he's made so many friends on Broadway that he just hasn't had the time to see all their shows. So he's seeing the big ones like Hamilton, Lion King, Wicked, but he's also seeing some of the deep cuts like Chess on Broadway, Hadestown, Operation Mincemeat. He's seeing Mamma Mia, Beetlejuice, Dog Day Afternoon.
That's all one musical.
No, these are all shows going on Broadway right now. Some of the deeper cuts. Stranger Things, The First Shadow.
Wow.
That's what he texted me he was sitting in the audience for.
And he texted me he might not make it next week because he's going to be trying to optimize Spider-Man After Dark or whatever and try to make sure those people don't get so hurt and killed and maimed in that show.
Oh, yeah.
He might not make it because he's going to crack that nut.
Is that still going on?
I don't think so. I think it was mutilating people.
Okay, too many people died.
I think there was something. I don't know anything about what happened, but I assume they were flying people around and smashing them into each other.
Yeah, that could have...
Sounds like a hell of a show.
Yeah, I know. I could have told you that would happen, though, if you're slinging people around on Broadway stage.
Right. These actors, they're trained actors. They're not trained acrobats.
Yeah, exactly. You got to get someone like they do at the LA Haunted Hayride.
Right.
Who swings around. They have like a professional acrobat who like swings around on like a dolly, hanging from a dolly above your hay ride. It is above your hay. And it's pretty cool and pretty scary, and it's very fun.
Would that be considered a suspension artist, or is that reserved for the people who have the holes in their back and they kind of hang from their flesh?
That's a good question.
I don't like that. I hate the image.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever seen that. I don't know if that's real even. That seems like maybe something that Hollywood made up.
It is real, but I think it's less of a thing now.
Whew.
I think it got big in the
That's
90s and early 2000s. Mainly in the 90s, I just remember seeing it in like Ripley's Believe It or Not or like Guinness Book of World Records.
You know what that is? That's cell coded. Starring Jenny from the Block.
Oh, I never saw The Cell.
Yeah, I never saw it either, but I saw the trailer and that whatever that is, suspension artist thing, that it reeks of being trapped in Vincent D'Onofrio's mind or whatever.
Yeah, it is cell coded. Anyway, that's where Chris Chismore is this week. We wish him. We'll tell him break a leg, buddy.
We'll tell him break a leg
because you don't want to say good luck in the theater world. We both know that.
We both know that, and you also don't want to say Macbeth.
No, you don't want to say that. Luckily, we're not in a theater right now. We're
in my home.
No,
the safety and shelter of my home.
Yes.
All theater taboos welcome. That's some people have on their yard. They have a sign that says, we believe this house. We believe in science. Love is love or whatever. And mine says, come on in. Theater taboos welcome.
What kind of other theater taboos other than don't say Macbeth?
You shouldn't whistle.
Oh, you shouldn't whistle. Yeah, that's a Native American thing too.
Is it?
Don't whistle at night. Yeah.
Oh,
it's a lot of cultures.
Why is that?
Attracts ghosts. Attracts the Wendigo. Right. You really shouldn't even say that name.
Would you say Wendigo is the Macbeth to Native Americans' culture?
Kind of. I'm not going to speak too much more about it.
Broad sweeping generalization from Tom Fell. I'd say we're not even 10 minutes into the podcast.
Yep. And I already got a podcast guy take. We haven't even started the topic.
I hope we can get this episode featured on Apple Podcasts. we submit it to get featured, and they're like, you know what? This description sounds great. This is fun. Two guys doing a comedy podcast, and they get in within 10 minutes. Tom's over here making sweeping generalizations
of indigenous peoples. Tom says the Wendigo is really the Macbeth of Native Americans. Okay, we got to get to the topic before
Oh, sure. I was going to say, I last week you mentioned that you met some really important thinking citizen soldiers out in the wild.
Oh, really?
And I did too the other day.
Who?
Just the other day. Don't know his name.
Do you want to give us any more detail?
Yeah, I was at a bar, and a guy came up and he said, "Hey, I know you from you and Tom's podcast." He said something like that. And I was like, "Awesome, man." He was like, "Yeah." And he was really excited. I was like walking. I was like in the middle of like having a conversation with friend of the podcast, Danny. And
okay.
I should have stopped and said like, checked in with him or whatever.
Thank you for being one of our 100 listeners in the entire world.
If you're listening, let us know your name on. Actually, I was gonna say on Apple Podcasts. Put it on. We're at the Hermosillo, so give the Hermosillo a 5-star Yelp review, and let them know that you saw Griffin from Really Important Thinking there, and then let them know your name. I guess I'll see your name, or I'll know who you are. That's the only way this is ever gonna work.
Yeah, you can also email us at reallyimportantthinking@gmail.com. I was really disappointed when I checked the email this week and I said, I said to email us on the podcast last week and no one has. And I was like, oh yeah, it hasn't even been released yet.
We posted it today.
So anyway.
And one other quick bit of housekeeping, and then we're going to get to this topic. I swear to God, is that if Chris Chismore is often traveling the world, he's out and about. He's currently, on Broadway, but that's part of his day. He's optimized. He's flying around. If you see him out in the world, drop us a line and let us know where you saw Dr. Chris Chismore, what sort of adventure, what kind of activity, what sort of research you saw him doing. We just love to keep tabs on our guy.
Yeah.
Love to hear from you, the listener, what you got excited about when you saw Dr. Chismore.
Yes, this is our excellent plea for engagement, and that is to please email us where you see Dr. Chris Chismore out in the wild. If you do, he could be anywhere in the world,
and maybe your sighting will be featured on an episode it's sort of a tip line. All right, that's it for housekeeping as far as I know of. And Tom, take us away.
Okay, so this week Chris wanted us to talk about guy food, which I think
food for guys,
food for guys,
food the guys make.
Yes, exactly.
The lack of food guys make.
Exactly. I think most of the time it's the lack of food that guys make. But I think that I wanted to start off by asking you what comes to your mind when you think about guy food.
When I think about guy food, what I think of is a protein laid bare in a skillet, a little bit of oil, and it's getting heated up. It's getting a little bit singed.
Yep.
Maybe a couple banana peppers. Probably a little. Maybe if you can work up the courage, a side of rice.
Yeah, I agree. I'm
blandest straight. I'd say almost dog food, but for men.
Yeah, I'm thinking of like human grade dog food is like a guy food in my mind. I'm also thinking like burgers, wings, chicken.
Yeah.
Sure. Like beef. Maybe a little bit of fish. Like if a guy cooks fish,
if a guy caught a fish,
caught a fish, maybe he'll cook it. But like if a guy cooks fish, he's like, "Hey, everybody, just to let you know, I cooked fish."
Yeah.
And he wants an applause
because that's a little bit exotic.
Yeah, because that's a little bit exotic.
That lives in the water where we can't go.
Exactly. Yeah. Where man is forbidden.
Where man is.
On account of his lungs.
On account of his lungs. God gave us lungs to let us know we're forbidden from living in the water. And anything scuba diving, I'd say quite against God.
Yeah, every breath from an oxygen tank underwater is a shake of the fist against our creator.
Yeah.
Which is true. And why it's one of the most dangerous sports you can do.
Yes. Sport. It is a sport.
Yeah, it's safer
sort of
to skydive than it is to scuba dive.
Oh my God.
Fact of the pod right there.
I would rather scuba dive. Well, I don't know. I think I freak out. I read that book about scuba diving that I think we've both read, Shadow Divers, one of the best books I've ever read in my life.
Yep.
If you haven't read it, I've probably recommended this to everybody I've seen in the last year. You should, or 2 years or whatever. You should read it. Shadow Divers, an incredible account of scuba divers finding a Nazi sub 60 miles off the coast of New York City.
Yep.
Where nobody thought the Nazis had a sub ever. And yeah, those guys, you like freak out down there. You're down 100 plus feet and you kind of like have a panic attack. There was one, I think at least one guy who there was like, we don't know what happened. He just took his mask off and died.
Yeah. These guys are like 300 feet deep. They're so deep that they have to breathe a mix of nitrogen and oxygen. Or mostly nitrogen.
Yeah,
it's crazy. They talk about it in the book, but
he paints an incredible picture. It's cinematic. It's astounding that it hasn't been turned into some sort of a feature film. But
yeah, that's kind of guy food for the mind. Is Shadow Divers. It's the perfect mix of like nonfiction, history, scuba diving.
Yeah, guy food for the mind is male adventure nonfiction.
yeah, and it's mostly men dying underwater, freaking out at each other.
Yeah, it's incredible.
All
it's
for the sake of
well
seeing a submarine.
Well, and then I will say the back half, as far as the cinematic adaptations are concerned, the back half of it kind of tapers off because it comes quite like clerical. Like it's them like thumbing through archives trying to find Nazi guys' names to find their families to let them know, here's what happened to your Nazi dad. Here's what happened to your Nazi uncle.
As if they would wonder, hey, I wonder, my uncle was a Nazi. I wonder what happened to him. I wonder what happened to him.
I don't hear from him so much anymore. Here, and this is going to take us farther away from the topic, but and hard into guy podcast territory. Is I remember describing this to somebody, and people, oh God damn it, how do I even phrase this? Just that I think reading that book and reading about the people on there was like, oh, they're not all Nazis. They were German enlisted soldiers who, like, it's very easy to be like, yes, those are Nazis. They were fighting in World War II against everybody else. But they're like in the book, I think they describe like there's a guy who's on the boat that the rest of them, like in their like whatever the journals they find of them or whatever, they're like, that guy's that's a Nazi. That's like an SS guy.
Yeah.
The rest of them are just like dudes who had a farm who got enlisted and Hitler took over. And yeah, they're all fucking cowards for not standing up to Hitler and they're guilty by association in a broad zoomed out sense. But like, I think there's a little bit of a distinction between that dude and a dude who's like a true believer.
Okay, I'm not gonna touch that with a fucking 10-foot pole, man. No way.
Because you don't have the sack that God gave you.
I really don't feel that bad for the guys. If like you're like, well, okay, whatever. I'm gonna hop in a submarine. I guess you could desert, but there were plenty of people that fled, and whatever. You died in a submarine. I don't care.
Sure. I you know what? I hear you, Tom, and I get why you won't touch us with a 10-foot pole because you have something of a career to protect. Me, this is my hope to start a career.
I'm not protecting my career.
Yeah,
I just don't feel bad for the guy.
Tom doesn't want to talk about the distinction between the German enlisted soldier and the fucking SS Nazi.
It's the same thing with the Hunley when I went to see the Hunley.
Listeners.
When I went to see the Hunley in South Carolina, same Civil War submarine sunk to the bottom.
Sure.
I'm sure they're like, well, maybe some of those guys were decent. It's like, well, no, they fucking were. They died and that they were in a submarine in the South, fighting for slavery. Cool, man. It's cool that you're in 12 feet of water. You're dead. I'm in the future. I'm looking at this interesting submarine, and then I'm going to go on with my life.
Sure, I think it's kind of interesting to think about the. I don't know, the historical nuance, the reality of the situation, because, if you're somebody who thinks what's going on in America right now ain't so hot, then, and you think it's, could approach the historical level, atrocity, then we're all just sort of German enlisted soldiers at some point. We're all just kind of guilty by association. So if you can realize these guys were just some normal fucking dude, I think that's kind of healthy to think about that. Yeah, that guy was a farmer, and he wasn't like gung ho for the big solution. Famously, Hitler's big solution, but he still supported it. And I don't know. I think that's interesting to think about and important to recognize.
Okay, well, I think there are a lot of other podcasts.
I know. I told you. I'm going to drive us into full-on hardcore guy podcast, but we're having a conversation. It came up into my mind.
I think you can get on a lot of other men's podcasts that would love to spend 2 hours talking about that difference. But
Joe, I know you're listening, and I know and everybody knows which one I'm talking about. Bring me on, man. I'd love to just sort of muddy the waters for you.
I was going to throw you to fucking Nick Fuentes or whatever the fuck his name is.
I'm so glad we don't have a guest on this week. But what I'm saying is, I guess I'm glad we don't have another fucking coward sitting here to gang up on me for wanting to have an intellectual conversation about history.
Yeah, man. Our citizen soldiers just want to hear us talk about how to cook chicken wing.
Yeah. We'll get back to chicken wing. Hey guys, here comes chicken wing.
Okay. You see, what I was going to say is when I think of boy food, I also think of...
I'm having such a good time.
I also think of like Trader Joe's burrito, you know, going like I
microwavable.
Most of my 20s were spent cooking boy food, and my image of boy food is like chicken breast on George Foreman grill, like microwave burrito from Trader Joe's, and that already put me 2 steps ahead of my roommates, who were making like level 1 boy food.
What's level 1?
I feel like level 1 boy food was like my roommate.
Peanut butter sandwich?
Like literally like sandwich with white bread and mustard and like the worst turkey of all time. Like you don't even get like the good turkey that they slice for you at the grocery store. You get the like cheap turkey option, and then you put some like cold cheese and like mustard, and that's it. Like maybe some shitty lettuce. I think like the other like base level boy food is like one of my other roommates at the time was like would eat shit burrito from 7-Eleven. He like wouldn't even make food. It was all bought food from like pre-made from restaurants, etc.
Yeah, sure.
And then he would like wake up every morning and be like, oh god, I have the worst diarrhea and I feel like shit all the time. I think I should have. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, man, you feel like shit all the time and you're tired because like you're not eating real food.
You have no vegetables, no fruits in your diet. It's all bean burrito from 7-Eleven.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like I'm not even using the oven. Like that's how like primordial, that's how like, caveman-esque I was. Is like I don't think any of us ever used our oven, except maybe one of my roommates used it to heat up like chicken nuggets, which is also another guy food, is like pulling out something from the freezer and like, but child food is a lot of guy food. That's like a base, that's like level 1, level 2 guy food.
I get it.
That's what I think about.
That's what you think about.
Yeah, it's going to be hard for me to like, I think this is one of the episodes similar to fashion where it's like, I've been on both sides of like guy food.
Right.
And I have so many hard, genuine opinions about how
That's good.
people should better their food intake that don't require becoming like a narcissistic chef, you know?
Sorry, I was trying to set my notes on my laptop. And I accidentally opened up a drum beat.
Okay, it kind of sounded like a fart, but
I don't know. That's some kind of music.
I just think there's so much middle ground between being like a fucking, you know, up his own ass, like bear level chef, like the bear level chef, or like Joel McHale's character and the bear, and like just being, you know, a Neanderthal. Like, I think even Neanderthals probably ate better than a lot of our regular men these days.
Well, and that's just sort of the premise behind some people's nutrition advice.
Yeah.
Caveman diet.
Yeah, caveman diet.
Liver King.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, you know,
eat ancient grains and beef.
Yeah, but I mean, at least like they like cooked their food, you know, over an open fire, which is like what I think I was doing at like level 2 boy food. Is like I was
doing that. You were grilling all the time.
I was grilling all the time.
That's full Neanderthal mode.
Yeah,
I think in some ways healthy. Level 2 boy food, I think, is at least kind of healthy.
I agree.
I'd say probably not super pleasurable.
No,
but it's probably protein rich. Baseline. It's baseline.
I was not enjoying my food, but I was getting nutrients. And the other thing that I did not enjoy, which is like peak boy food, is like raw spinach salad with just salad dressing. Like no other, like not even like some cranberries or a few nuts. Like it was just like raw spinach, uncooked, and I would just put salad dressing on top, and I would eat that with grilled
no other parts
chicken
of
breast.
A salad?
No.
That's
that to me, I was like, this is a salad. I'm getting the most from it. I'm getting all spinach. And I like was deluded into that because one of my college roommates was like, oh, the best thing you can do to pack on muscle is just by eating like raw spinach.
Is that true?
In addition to everything else.
That can't be right.
And he was Popeye.
Whoops.
Anyway, that's kind of my background.
I'd say spinach is also guy food because I didn't do the same thing, but I was like heaping on spinach. Yeah. And then I had a moment of self-awareness at like a Subway one time where I saw like a kind of a ripped guy come in. I was like on like a road trip. And I was like, I gotta eat something. I gotta get a Subway sandwich. Yep. And this kind of muscly looking dude came in, and I just remember him being like going through his order and being, and spinach, a little more spinach. Can I just way more spinach? Just add, more spinach. He kept going with the spinach. I was like, okay, spinach is good, but Jesus, get a grip.
Yeah.
But it's an easy, healthful thing to throw in. If you're sauteing some veggies, throw a little spinach in there. You got spinach.
Absolutely, but I think
did you hear my incredible thought just then? If you throw a little bit of spinach in there, then you got spinach.
Yeah, that was a.
I'm glad I said that.
Yeah, you really hit a vein there.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's funny to me that you had a food realization in Subway because I think a lot of our citizen soldiers have probably been there.
Oh yeah,
I think I've had a lot of food
predominantly there.
Yeah, I used to eat a lot of Subway.
A lot of Subway.
I'm like, well, it's a healthy lunch.
That was their whole marketing.
Yeah,
it's a healthy sandwich to have.
But yes, I think that was like primarily where my boy food came from. Was like George Foreman grill, and I stuck like that for probably 7 years, if not longer.
I did. Yeah, I would do like maybe tuna fish sandwich would be like my like healthy idea of having a sandwich with not much going on it, and then chicken for a long time. I was like, chicken is the healthiest thing. Chicken breast.
Yeah.
And I just made chicken breast all the goddamn time. It was like chicken and rice or chicken with bell peppers. Truly, for so many years.
It's what you give to a sick dog.
Chicken and bell peppers.
Well, chicken and rice,
but chicken breast, which is
chicken breast,
not worst. It's the worst. It sucks. It's dry. Chicken breast is dry. You get a thigh and you go crazy.
Oh,
I didn't know about chicken thighs for years.
Neither did
I.
My
girlfriend's listening to this. She's breaking up with me in the car on the way home from work. She already knows. I'm not good at cooking.
When I started dating my wife and she was like, oh, you should just, and I was like, damn, this chicken is so good. What did you do? And she's like, well, we use chicken thighs. And I'm like, what? What are the? And I literally did not know that that the chicken thigh was a possibility.
We're shaming ourselves in public. That's really the premise of this podcast.
Well, that is, I think, why this is such boy food, guy food is such a visceral experience to me. Just thinking about it, talking about it. I think we need to establish this baseline before we get into how we're going to optimize it and how we crawl out of the Bronze Age that we were living in, the Bronze Age of food.
Straight men, most straight men, they're coming from this background. They're coming at food from this angle. It's subsistence, not enjoyment.
I agree. I think that there are even a few gay men who I've known who have fallen into the trap of boy food. Not as many, but enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's definitely like a straight male type of phase. Or
these are men you don't want to be dating, ladies. You might want to date them for getting a little bit of hooking up going on.
Yeah.
But you are risking having that's a fixer upper who needs to maybe learn how to fix himself up.
You don't want to be dating them, but sometimes that's who's around. For my wife, I think that's what the case. And that's I was around.
No, you need to be able to train them up a little bit. And I still I'm saying that almost fully as a hypocrite. I kind of hate cooking. Maybe I don't fully hate it, but I just don't get the pleasure out of cooking by myself.
Damn.
I kind of wish that I did, and like every now and then I'll make like, I don't know, something that I'm like quite proud of and is great or whatever, but like I don't know, I just don't have the bug. I'm not excited to look up recipes. If somebody shows me a recipe, I'm like, that sounds awesome. Yeah, let's do that. But I don't know. Maybe it's just not part of my mental habit.
Yeah,
you love it.
I love it. I find it very relaxing. I never thought I would enjoy cooking until I just learned like what type of food that I liked, what type of thought I liked, what type of food I liked, and also like good places to find recipes or just like how to suss out stuff. But now I love cooking. I'm not like anyone who can I'm not like a chopped chef who can like open up the pantry and be like, okay, I'm going to make my own recipe. Like I'm so bad at doing that. However, I can find a good recipe and I can make that recipe and I can do it good and I can add my own flair because I'm like, oh yeah, the best part of this recipe is the blue cheese. So I'm going to put a little extra blue cheese in there. And then everyone's like, damn, this is good. You made it good.
I would say that makes you a higher value male. As far as dating goes, which right now, I mean, I'd say you're at the bottom of the barrel being married and about to have a child. But that brings you up a couple notches.
Not really in the pool, but yeah. But I mean, I had to come a long way. I think that, that kind of leads me. I think my first optimization for guy food, I think you have to put a ban on the grill or the smoker.
Wow. A ban,
a full ban, all out ban.
Men,
no, it's not that you can't own it. It's just that you gotta like take it out. You got to take it out of your rotation, ban it. Yeah.
I was thinking maybe sort of some legislation.
No. I'm not going full on like let's lobby Congress to ban.
Yeah.
Banning grills. We're banning circumcision.
The grill is easy to make it feel like you're doing something.
Yeah,
and what you're doing is you're tossing a protein in salt, pepper, and a couple other herbs or spices and throwing it on the grill, and that is cooking. And grill is great. But you're not really doing much of a recipe.
I agree. I think grills have become way too gendered, and I think guys I think it's like you as a guy are like, oh yeah, I must use the grill to cook, or else I'm going to seem a little too gay or feminine or whatever, and so you're just like, oh, I'm the grill. That's what I take care of, and I do that. And like grilling is hard. There's a technique to it. I'm not saying that you should never grill, but I do think guys, we use the grill as a crutch. Or a big green egg, it's like the dad who doesn't know how to make a damn meal, but he's like, I got my big green egg.
I don't know. I've never seen anybody use the green egg. I've seen it around. I don't know what it is. Is it somehow it's just a grill, right?
It's a smoker.
Pressure grill.
It's a smoker. Okay. Yeah. So you it's a grill smoker. So you just sit. It's like it helps with the airflow or the smoking flow. I mean, the stuff made in them is very good, but I think it's another guy crutch.
It's a charade.
It's I don't know.
It's a charade of chefdom.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a charade of chefdom. Like it does take a lot of skill, but I think to leave the guy food arena,
Sure.
you gotta get in the kitchen.
Lose that crutch.
You got to get in the actual kitchen. You got to start using the oven. You got to start using the stove top. You got to start understanding the different types of pans you can use.
Yes.
You know?
I wanted to say this probably would have been better served at the top of the show instead of me going into, the differences between Nazis and enlisted German soldiers. But that we're in the top.
That's your thing, man.
Yeah, that's my thing, though. We're wading into, I'd say, well-trod or saturated land. The food industry is so focused on optimization. There are so many ways that, you got like a million ways to, get the food ordered and delivered to you as soon as possible.
Yeah.
You also have just full on, what do you have? Like a HelloFresh, Blue Apron. They're trying to help you. They're basically doing Duolingo for cooking. They're like teaching you how to do it
without actually teaching you anything.
Yeah, which is very Duolingo.
Which is, very
I'd say nobody who learns Spanish on Duolingo knows how to speak Spanish, and nobody who learns how to cook on Blue Apron knows how to cook.
Yeah,
exactly. What they're doing is they're mailing you a Lego set, and the Legos are food.
Which, like, I get that in some aspect, because on the way here, I was thinking, like, I like to rail against, like, meal delivery services like that,
Sure.
about being like, okay, well, yeah, or like, what's the other thing that's like, it's like a keto one, or
Sure.
Factor or whatever they
Factor.
advertise on a lot of podcasts.
Factor, yeah.
Not ours. We have Teppanyaki's nicotine edibles, Randleman sauces, and the virtual reality place that actually exists.
Have we mentioned
Paradise?
That yet? The Paradise Cyber House?
Yeah, Paradise Cyber
Did we
House.
mention Paradise Cyber House?
Yeah.
It's one of the number one plays to play Counter-Strike Go, CS:GO, and CS2 in Eagle Rock, California. If you love the game, they have a little room for you.
But anyway, I think that, those meal delivery services can be a bit of a crutch, but I'm also like, I make meals for 2 people all the time, and it still makes so much food. And when I'm home alone, if my wife's out of town or she's like, do dinner by yourself, like, if I make a full meal for myself, it is hard. You're like, now I've got all this fucking food, and I'm not going to eat the same thing for like 2 or 3 meals. So like, it is very hard to cook for one person, which is, I'm sure, where a lot of like guy food comes from, is the fact that like, you're a lonely single male. You probably haven't had a long-term relationship or long enough where like, the woman or other man in the relationship or whoever you're dating is giving you the skills that you need.
Yeah.
So like, I do understand how things like Factor can be valuable to sad, lonely people at their rock bottom. But yeah, no, I get it.
I think there's also, and then there's another aspect of it, which is like stuff like Soylent. There's like meal replacement where it's you don't even have to eat.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I'll say eating can be a drag. Oh, you got to do it. But damn, I just want to get the food and keep going. I'm trying to burn the candle at every end.
Absolutely. I think being part of the Chicago comedy scene, which was mostly sad single males for 8 years, we exposed us to every type of boy food person there is. And
Yes.
we knew a Soylent guy.
I was a Soylent guy for a little bit.
You were a Soylent guy?
Well, I thought it would be a good idea to take on a backpacking trip because it was dry. You just add water. I was like, that's so much less weight. And it's like everything I need. And it's like backpacking, you're kind of like low level starving yourself.
Yeah.
Depending on how, like, you're not getting enough. I thought it would be a great idea. But at the time, I think it had whey protein in it. I didn't know I was lactose intolerant or lactose, whatever is going on with me.
Yeah.
So I was just causing a problem out on the hiking trails.
By ripping them?
Ripping fat farts. It was horrible.
I've smelled your farts on the trail before, and they are especially bad.
Well, those are Soylent farts.
I think Soylent, I get it. It does take like the thinking out of eating. It also takes like the joy out of eating.
If you like truly are like on my friend Tim does it a lot. He was like an early adopter, and he'll do it for if it's just like I don't have time to cook. I'm like working all day, and then I gotta go pick up my kid or whatever, and he'll like keep a bottle of it. He has some around just in the case. He's like, I need to get some nutrients, and it's convenient. I think, he doesn't hate the flavor. Mix it with a little coffee.
Yeah.
I get it.
I understand you like not every meal warrants like a full cooking session. And so like things like Soylent, I get the appeal of being like, yeah, I'm busy. The worst part of hashtag adulting,
Ugh.
like it does suck to like have to think about something for every meal, or you're like, oh shit, yeah, I'm the only one who's going to feed myself around here, and I have to come up with what I want to eat for a meal, and then I have to be the one to drive to get it, or spend a ton of fucking money to order it, or like put the effort into cooking it. Like that does suck, and I can get why Soylent would be appealing until like you taste it and you're just like, I cannot do this more than like once a week. Like, yeah, I mean, having to go out and fetch and think about every single meal does kind of suck, but then it's like the entire day sucks. And, kind of one of the few joys we have is just like getting to eat something good.
So this is going to be my big take here.
Okay.
Was that all these companies that I just listed, they're all kind of optimized. They're trying to whittle down the amount of time that it takes for you to make dinner, or they're trying to make it easy for you to make food. And I'm saying they're all doing that wrong.
Okay.
That they're going about optimizing food wrong. We need to be driving in the other direction. You need to be spending the maximum amount of time you can thinking about food, making food. Dude, I have a cat hair or something on my tongue. We have. It's one of the few things that connects all of us, and it's the most human thing you do. It's the most essential thing you do. It's the most basic thing you need is food. So I want you driving around about 4 or 5 grocery stores, making sure you got the best deals and you got the best ingredients. That some of these places, they don't have all the ingredients you need. You need some kind of esoteric spice or a bizarre herb. Well, Trader Joe's doesn't have that. You got to go across town to Vaughn's or whatever. Kroger. And I think when you do that, then you're immersing yourself in the food culture of your city. You're getting to know the grocer, the butcher,
the candlestick
baker.
maker.
That guy, stay away from, actually. Candlestick makers
he's
are
bad.
flim-flam men.
Yeah.
They're selling you fake smells that don't ever happen.
Yeah,
they're selling you smoky smell, actually.
Yeah, or the rumors is the candlestick maker was enlisted in the German army. Not a full-on Nazi, but he was enlisted.
He got swayed. He enjoyed the work.
And really, he couldn't get away from making candlesticks. It's still in that old world mindset in a lot of ways.
That's the thing that's holding the candle.
Yeah, not the actual
I was
candle.
thinking of candles.
Yeah.
The candle maker, actually. Okay, I was going after the candle maker. I'm sorry if you're a candle maker.
No, yeah. Candles are just in glass.
Glass?
Cups. Yeah.
Candlestick.
Yeah, no one uses that many candlesticks anymore.
I know. Can you imagine how the other two still quite prominent?
Yeah. But you're saying to like go out and about.
Yes.
Take as long as possible to make the meals.
Think about food almost your entire day. And to that end, I would say, and you've kind of been hinting at it, Tom, but I would say you've optimized that way the most of anybody I know.
Yeah. Because
you and your wife elect to hand make a dinner of a meal every night of the week.
Yeah.
Food prep out with food prep. Forget having a meal a couple times a week. You guys spend, I'd say, upwards of an hour at least a night making food.
Oh yeah, and here's the optimization: is that when you have that much food, you always have a little bit more food.
You have a little bit of lunch.
My wife has lunch for the next day. I have lunch for the next day. We have dinner for a couple of days.
Well, and maybe a slight tangent, but now I'm remembering the time that you made. I think when I was staying with y'all, and it was a sandwich you were trying to make, a specific type of sandwich.
Yeah.
It drove you insane.
Yeah, it took me 5 hours to make a fucking like. It didn't even have any meat in it. It was like Indian potatoes.
Yes.
And it was like cheesy Indian potatoes. It was like I forget what type of sandwich it was.
Oh,
but
I wish you knew.
It was gonna be so good. And it had some chimichurri from Randleman's chimichurri.
Yep.
That's yum in Sausanese. Looking at the sky cam. And it was going to be so good, but like all Indian food, it is impossible to make and requires like 5 hours of simmering, or like the potatoes to like thread the potato needle so perfectly to get the right consistency was so fucking hard.
It was. I was watching you slip into psychosis.
Yeah, and it was like a meal that I was like, this will be fun to fix for like Griffin and Jordan, and it turned into like a 5 hour ordeal.
Yeah, it was. I think it was maybe.
And I was screaming.
That was the craziest. But that's the most optimized you've ever been. That's the most thinking about food you've ever been.
Well, and now because I've optimized my cooking so much, like I get too inflexible with ingredients. So if it requires like some deep cut spice like Nigella seeds, and I'm like, well, Vaughn's doesn't have Nigella seeds, then I got to go to fucking like this deep cut. I got to go to a grocery store that's like halfway across town because I'm like, well, if I don't have the Nigella seeds, then it's not going to taste good. And if it doesn't taste good, then I'm going to be shamed in front of like the person who cares about me, you know, and my friends. And it doesn't matter. It's like,
yeah.
You can easily find substitutes for so much stuff, but I get so tied to it that I'm driving to, you know, it's not uncommon for a Sunday for me to have like a 2 or 3 grocery grocery run, which is just like, you know.
That's great.
I think some people would hate on that, but I find sometimes it's very relaxing to walk through the grocery store.
You're doing a little bit of a road trip. You're looking at beautiful items. You're thinking about nourishment, nutrition, the only thing that's keeping you alive here on Earth.
Yeah, and then I kind of think back to I'm like, what else am I going to do with my day? Like this is, you know,
right.
You're kind of around to, you know,
your life is otherwise meaningless and hopeless.
Yeah.
What are they called? Nutella seeds?
Nigella. Nigella. They're kind of like sesame seeds, but smaller.
Never heard of them.
I don't even know what they taste like, but I've used them in some
That's
dishes.
A perfect example of an esoteric ingredient. I almost called it a recipe item.
Yeah.
We'll send you across town for. Here's another thought.
Mm-hmm.
Optimization, maybe towards a different way, is well, what about a store that they only have the esoteric stuff? It's called Esoterics. It's Esoterics. It's kind of a play on, and it's Eric.
I think that would be,
and it's no proteins, no beef, no chicken, no nothing normal.
Yep.
That's what it's. That's what it says on the outside of the store. No protein, no chicken, no beef, no nothing normal. Maybe just no nothing normal.
Very underhandedly like xenophobic by being like, we don't have any of the normal shit here. We got all the crazy shit. And it's just like a spice that they have at Indian grocery store.
at Esoterics. No nothing normal.
Griffin's exotic grocery store. And it's just like turmeric.
I'm spending most of my time driving back and forth between about 6 or 7 different grocery stores getting turmeric, fish sauce. I don't know. I can't even think of
very common like ingredients in Asian cuisine.
There's definitely stuff that's like you can't get that at Trader Joe's, or whatever. Sprouts doesn't have.
Oh,
Sprouts doesn't have a lot.
If you're making any like recipe from Indian cooking, it has a lot of spices that or spice blends. Like a lot of the times it'll be like, this is a spice, and you're like, I've never heard of this spice. It'll be like, actually, it's a 7 spice blend that they only use in India. And then luckily, we live near an Indian grocery store, so I can go there.
That's right.
But
doxing yourself.
Doxing myself. I do think that is an excellent like optimization, is if you just started a grocery store for like guys. It's like, hey guys, we know your partners, your wife are sending you out for some hard spice, or you're trying to find the hard spice. Here's where you can find them.
It's the no shame grocery store.
And also we got draft beer on tap.
Yeah, we got
and some chicken wings.
we got one of those some hot and ready chicken wings.
Yeah. Which I think that's a great optimization. I think it leads into one of my optimizations, which was, you alluded to it earlier, but it's like, guys, spice knowledge is like salt, pepper, dry rub.
And those are good basics.
Those are wonderful basics, but I think that we got to get guys familiar with more spices, herbs, spices. We got to push beyond hot sauce. Every man has like a hot sauce or dreams of starting a hot sauce company.
The bodybuilder guys, the guys who are like just doing chicken breast, maybe I don't even know if they're doing rice.
Yeah.
For lunch, so that they're just covered in hot sauce.
Yeah,
slathering Frank's Red Hot on bald chicken breast.
That was one of my Guy Food optimizations. Used to be or protocols. Guy Food protocols was slather everything, make up for the fact that I'm eating unflavored dry chicken breast by slathering it in hot sauce, and then wondering why I have IBS.
Yeah,
and being like, well, I'll just make it hotter instead of making something taste better. Why? I just need to make it hotter. Well, by eating it with jalapeno and hot sauce.
Well, and you've discovered Nashville hot chicken.
Oh, yeah, just like something like we just took fried chicken
But
and
just
dumped a ton of fucking hot
Make it
sauce
so
on it.
fucked up, painfully hot. It's not even pleasurable to eat.
And I will say, I feel like that is a guy food. It's like Nashville hot chicken. Guys love talking about Nashville hot chicken.
Well, it's a pain. It's the pain Olympics.
Exactly, like hot ones.
Hot ones.
The pinnacle. Another like pillar of guy food. Guy food summed up.
Chicken wings.
Yeah, it's just like eating hot chicken wing.
Well, things have to be a challenge.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to
things that are bad are good for you.
How strong you are. Things that are bad are good for you. Things that are utterly painful, it's good to just submit yourself to that.
Yeah. While also answering questions from an uncharismatic man about your art.
Oh, I forgot his name, but sorry, dude. We're coming for you.
Sean something. He dated a porn star at one time.
I'm not.
Isn't
This guy's
crazy?
a millionaire, dated a porn star. I got no. I'm not holding back in no punches. I'm tired of. I felt like I was the only one who thought this. I'm glad you just said that. The dude's got no riz.
No, he has no riz. Well, I guess he has some riz because
he pulled a porn star.
I guess you don't need that much riz to pull a porn star. You just
Jesus.
I don't know.
I just wish he was better at talking to people and kind of personable. It could be such a fun show, but it's now I'm feeling bad. I'm coming after a guy who's making a living sort of vaguely around comedy. He's like this Kareem guy, the Subway Takes guy.
Oh yeah,
they're the same dude. Neither of you is actively being funny or original or thinking about anything. I'm really coming for him.
Well, I think that it's just like you're
providing a platform.
Guys like that is like they are a vessel to. And that is why some people like them. Is like you are a vessel to the true gem, which is getting to see Sydney Sweeney eat chicken wings and cry, or a big macho Jason Momoa actually cried because he ate a hot wing, and we love seeing that as a society saying, okay, they are human just like us. But also like they're the host. You want them to be affable. You want to be like, oh, this person who makes all this money, who is like, talking to all these comedians and supposedly hosting like a comedy talk show. You want to think that he's funny, and he's just not.
I'd say that Kareem guy has a lot more charisma.
Yeah.
But still, it's sad to me that we've replaced late night shows with this kind of thing. And it's like, well, yeah, sure. Late night shows are also just providing like a platform for as far as they still exist, a platform for people to be funny on or whatever. But they're also doing, they have characters and bits and writers like there's jokes inherent to it.
Yeah.
I don't know why I think I'm annoyed that we're like people are like so excited about Subway Takes, and it's pervasive and annoying. That's why.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
I agree.
And it's not funny.
Hot ones too. I've just like the whole hot sauce thing. I feel like that was cool to me when I was like 15. And then it's like now you go to any small town and you walk in and they're always going to have a hot sauce shop. Like Steve-O has his own line of hot sauce. Like you walk into the grocery store and everybody's like, yeah, I got my own line of hot sauce. And it's like, it's not that. It's just like such a guy thing to fall into. So I think pushing beyond that, getting beyond the hot sauce sphere, using some like, I guess tangy spices, or I guess tangy is like not a good word for them, but like interesting spices.
What's your most interesting spice?
I think cardamom. I love cinnamon. Cinnamon's like cardamom is like a little more interesting than cinnamon.
Interesting.
Cardamom's a wonderful spice.
It's sort of in the cinnamon sphere.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that
not to be confused with the Dionysus sphere.
Yeah, not to be confused with the Dionysus sphere. I'm trying to think of like thyme. I think everyone loves thyme, but thyme's a great spice.
Sure. I'd say I'm more guy food coded than you, and that I can't really describe any of these flavors or spices. Yeah. I am better at cooking than I used to be. We'll do it, but again, I'm still kind of stuck in bachelor life.
That's okay.
Bachelor brain.
Yeah. Garam masala. I like using some. It doesn't call it for all the time. It's an Indian spice blend that really makes things taste very interesting and complex.
Mm-hmm.
I think something that I've also learned is, and this sounds a bit pretentious, but that not all salt is created equal.
Watch out, Bourdain. Here he comes.
We got some finishing salt.
Right.
Makes a difference.
Salt. Well, and it's finishing salt. It's been to finishing school.
Yeah. Finishing school.
It knows a little bit better how to behave on a plate.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I can't not mention. I think one of my favorite spices, smoked paprika.
Smoked pepper,
Yeah.
paprika. I'm kind of
Paprika's
like paprika.
good.
I'm a big.
That's like
paprika.
an approachable
we're doing
guy
MD
spice.
Foodie heads, but
Yeah.
or foodie boys.
yeah. Like
you're acting all nonchalant over here.
But so you were saying you're still in bachelor mode.
I'm kind of still in bachelor mode. I'm trying to pull myself out of it. Every now and then I'll go through a spurt of being excited about cooking. Dating has definitely, somebody who is like loves cooking or is big into it. Really just a woman. every woman I've ever dated has been way more into cooking than I am. And then I inherently get way more into it. And I do really enjoy cooking with a partner. It's, I don't know. It's something about it is it makes it much more engaging and fun and feels like, it's like a team effort here. Having a meal cooked for you, it feels weird to me. I don't know if I really, I guess sometimes I would like that, but mostly it's fun to like make something with somebody. And expands your horizons. And what I was going to say is trying to get away from the bachelor brain, the guy food zone, you're going to get tricked into all kinds of gear, kitchen items.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something right now, fellas, that maybe a lot of people aren't going to tell you. Non-stick pans have never existed, and they don't exist. They will not exist. They cannot exist. Something about it is science has not figured out yet. Hopefully Dr. Chris Chismore puts himself to it someday and figures out how to get it. I fell back into the lie of nonstick pans recently. Thought I was going to get one, and it lasted maybe a week. I did everything, low heat, always, oil in the pan, but whatever you can do. Within a week, I'm trying to fry an egg. It's sticking straight to it. It's like it's like cement.
I've been kind of a pretentious home chef up until this point. I think they're the pans. Like I'm so fucking tired of having a million different kinds of pan and caring for my pans.
Oh God!
Caring.
Don't even get me started on a cast iron skillet.
Cast iron skillets are so overblown. Like they're fine pans. Like you can use fucking soap in them.
They don't heat evenly. Mine heats in the center and nowhere else.
No.
It sticks all the time. I've what do you call it? What do you spice it or cure it? Or,
cure it. Yeah.
Just word for it.
No, you're season it. You season it. Yeah.
I've seasoned it 16 times.
Yeah.
At least
put olive
5
oil
times in a row once. No, not olive oil. You got to do grapeseed oil.
Well, I heard it was olive oil.
You're
and
a moron.
All these cast iron.
There's a cowboy on Instagram or on YouTube who told me, and he's talking about he's getting these buttermilk biscuits slipping right out of that pan.
My whole thing is like, hey, buddy, I want a pan, not a fucking bearded dragon. Yeah. Okay. I'm not trying to feed this thing and take care of this thing. I'm not trying to I don't want to have to take it outside and I won't put it in the dishwasher. Okay.
I'm not in the dishwasher. Don't make me. I have to clean it off and then I have to heat it up again and then prepare it for the next time I cook. It's not worth it.
And then sometimes it's like, okay, well, you need a non-stick pan. You need now you need a stick pan. Like you want you want the thing to stick to the pan so it gets nice and crispy. And I'm like, and then you have like your base cast iron pans, and then you have your like nice cast iron pans, and then and then it's like some pans you can put in the oven, other pans you can't. I'm just like, let's just make a decent pan and not be afraid, or just like not be afraid to beat your fucking pans up. That's I think what I released myself from is like, I'm going to care for these things. I spent good money on them. I will take care of them to a certain degree, but like they're meant to cook. Like what else? Like life is meant for living. Pans are meant for blackening a little bit. Like it's okay if my pan has a stain on it. Sure. It's okay if my bearded dragon loses a foot or two. It's a lizard.
Lizard owners, beware. Tom's coming for you. I beat up your pans, but don't beat up those non-stick ones because then you're getting Teflon cancer leaching into your
and then that's the whole
your gut and you're dead.
Yep.
That's what's gonna get you.
Yeah, the Bizarre Foods guy I saw wrote a long thing on the internet about how non-stick pans are just putting a ton of microplastics and weird shit in us, and I was like, this sucks, but oh buddy, I got a lot of other things to worry about, and I'm probably gonna die in my
gunshot
80s.
wound.
Yeah, gunshot. I know I'm going to be assassinated, and that's okay. So I'm going to eat as much as I want from a nonstick pan because I know I'm going to be die from a gunshot wound.
You're Billy Pilgrim.
Yeah, I'm Billy Pilgrim.
But didn't Billy Pilgrim, he came unstuck in time and he knew that he was going to get assassinated?
Oh, I thought he died in war.
Oh, did he die?
Or no,
I
I
think
need
Billy
to read
Pilgrim
Slaughterhouse
gets
Five.
assassinated.
Yeah.
Or maybe there's a different one. One of them, there's multiple guys who are kind of unstuck in time, and
Yeah.
they're talking to Charles Dorians,
Yeah.
and one of them knows he's going to get assassinated. I could swear I think it might be Billy Pilgrim. Anyways.
Yeah, we got to get Dr. Chris Chismore on pan science.
If somebody makes one, my God, it'll revolutionize the world.
We got to get Dr. Mingo Salvatore less into genetics and more into pan science.
The weird genetics, man. It's kind of creeping everybody out. Focus
you need
on the
to
pans.
leave the fish eugenics show. Yeah. Quit worrying about clownfish in the fish eugenics show and start focusing on the Teflon pan epidemic.
Yes. What? Oh, this was another good tip is getting a nice knife.
Oh yeah,
something that feels good in your hand.
Yep.
Oh, you can kind of replace your the crutch of masculinity of the grill that the grill gives your masculinity with an incredible knife. And I'd say level 3, which I don't know how many tiers to guy food there are, but if there's 3,
well, we're literally making them up right now. So
for now, I'm saying it's 3, but we might find some.
We could have
tiers.
a 200 tier system. If
I don't
we
want that. I don't want. I can't be living like that. I can't be living like Hindu gods or some shit here. I gotta have it minimal.
Part of Griffin's esoterica.
Grocery store.
Add to the xenophobia of Griffin's esoterica.
The latent xenophobia.
Yeah, listen. We got 200 spices, but we are not going into weird Hindu gods.
We're not doing like the Hindu god thing.
Okay, sorry. I was giving you shit.
I forgot what I was even saying.
The tier 3. Level 3 of guy food.
Oh, that you can graduate to maturing as a guy is realizing that you can perform your masculinity outwards in the kitchen by being really good at it, being good at having a knife, knowing how to use the knife, being able to just kind of wing it and make something incredible that involves jams, jellies, vegetables, fruits, odd things here and there around your protein.
Yeah. Beans and leeks.
There's a lot to be said for showing off your masculinity that way, fellas. If that's what's so important to you, get a cool fucking knife.
Yeah.
A sick ass cutting board.
Yep.
If you want to be one of these guys who goes out to the woods and films yourself cooking an egg in a tree stump, you can do that.
But
because you're at least you're learning to cook a little bit.
Yeah. But the cavemen, our ancestors didn't die so that you could just go back in the woods and cook in a tree stump.
No.
I'm kind of the opinion of like, yeah, it's cool if you can make crazy shit in the outdoors, but that's where you kind of get back to the basics. Like, I think the outdoors is where guy food is more appropriate because you don't have as much.
Sure. Well,
but anyway, I agree.
The whole thing with that is bringing basically a modern kitchen out to next to a snowy stream bank.
Yeah, at 8,000 feet, so everything's harder to cook.
And letting everybody know that you know how to slice a shallot or whatever.
I do agree about the knife thing. I was never a huge knife guy, but like getting a good set of cooking knives is well worth it. And having like a few different ones, like minimum 3. If you really like, sometimes I've gotten a little too into knives, and I'm kind of like, I have this weird mid-level knife that like I don't really use that much between like a paring knife and some other type of knife. But a nice cutting board, I agree, very good optimization.
Knives can be handed.
Yeah, I'm left-handed, so
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, like scissors. A lot of scissors are for right-handers.
Well, but like the hilt, I guess, can be handed, but also like the way the blade goes.
Yeah.
It could be, which I still don't quite even get that.
Any kitchen knife is not going to be a handed knife. Like you don't need to spend like $200 on a.
But you can.
I mean, you can
get
spend
one of these ones with like the fucking like the little variegated, like looks like tree bark.
Damascus steel.
And that's Damascus. That's ancient. That's the ancient world.
Yeah, you can spend like $400 on a Damascus steel knife, but then that's kind of like you've become the knife guy.
That'll get you. We got to get these boys into cooking because right now they're eating slop bowls.
Yeah, but then to me, if you're like getting Damascus steel knife, then you're like back at the green egg of being like, well, I spent $1,000 on a smoker.
I'm saying you can get the impulse from the grilling and the green egg, but you can just drag it into the kitchen. You can make it nice for yourself if you got to be one of these guy cave type guys.
Yeah.
I got a man cave. You're one of these guys. Get some manly cooking stuff, and then before you know it, you're whipping up curries, baby.
Yeah. If you can whip up a curry, I think a lot of guys.
Curry is fun.
Something that I've seen a lot on the internet. It is. Curry's great.
I mean, I do have to kill myself at the end of this recording for just hearing myself say curry is fun. let me hit publish on this episode.
Yeah.
Curry, hey guys, curry's fun.
But I mean, it is better than just, you know, raw chicken or raw chicken breast.
It's way better than raw
chicken breast. Something I see a lot in guy food is I think this is approaching like tier 3 guy food of like, this is a wonderful thing. It's great that guys do it for themselves. I do it for myself when I go into guy food mode, bachelor food mode. But it's like getting a nice steak, grilling that steak, making some potatoes, and then having like a grilled asparagus or something with it, and then a beer, and like taking a picture of all of that and then posting it to like Instagram and being like treating myself.
Wait,
have you ever seen that?
That's tier 3 guy food.
I think that is an excellent start. But it's like one of those things where guys are like posting that, being like, this is going to show people that I can cook and that I care about myself.
This seems like just tier 2 guy food. This is grilling food, but you're just making it look nice, which is maybe a step in the right direction.
But I think that you can't like grill potatoes. Like you do have to make potatoes. You have to use the oven.
You have to turn on the oven.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. It's like, I think oven puts you at a level of guy food that is above like a grill.
Okay,
or
so
whatever.
You're starting to do the thing I was dreading. You're okay. You're saying tier 3's. It's a little bit. What I was talking about is top tier guy.
Okay,
guy food,
you're saying top tier.
Okay, you're a master of the kitchen.
Okay,
That's where
never
we
mind.
Get you.
Then I guess this is still tier 2 guy food.
Yeah, I think you're taking a step towards learning what's going on in the kitchen a little bit.
Yes,
this is where I'm trying to. This is where I am.
And everyone's like, hey, we're happy you're taking care of yourself. Like that looks good. I would eat that. But I think guys post that thinking that they're showing like women and other people of like, hey,
I'm a desirable mate.
I'm a desirable mate. I can make this. But it's like steak, potato, and grilled asparagus. So all it does is just attract more guys being like, hey, nice meal, bro. That looks awesome, bro. Great steak, bro.
You think guys are commenting on each other's food pics and saying great steak, bro?
Oh, yeah. I think you're getting some story replies being like, looks good, bro. Nice steak. That's a good, what cut of steak?
Awesome,
you know?
man. Hey, you don't need to text her.
Where it's like, if you,
great steak,
yeah, exactly.
Hey, would love to grab a beer with you sometime, but if you're in recovery, I understand that too, bro.
Yeah.
Great steak.
Yeah, great steak. Where I think if you're like a guy and you're wanting to show that you're desirable to women, I think you got to do like something more nuanced, like bean and leek.
I think vegetarian.
I think beans and leeks. That's what I see a lot in like New York Times. Gals freaking out about beans and leeks.
Here's number one
leaky bean, beanie leek. There's like a good meme that came out of it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's
right
because
now.
I have like the galaxy mind cooking, and you're bachelor mode. Food.
Do you think you're tier 3 guy food?
I think I have. Like, I'm gonna get myself into a guy food situation tonight.
Because I maybe I don't know this about, because you know your cooking edification is much further along than mine, but you that's not how you use that word. Education is what I meant to say. I don't know that you're like freewheeling. I don't know that you're like going to the grocery store. You're still following orders. You're still following a little rule book.
I am 100% following a little rule book.
You know who we should get on here? We should have had on this is my friend Nick, the cinematographer.
Oh yeah.
Nick, I think, might be tier 3 guy food. Nick's he's just whipping stuff together, and he's coming up with he's kind of having feelings and impulses about what's going to go well together. Yeah. And then he lays it all out on like a cutting board once it's all cooked, and it's incredible.
Yeah,
you got some salmon, you got some steak, you got some veggies done up just right.
I think I've been over to his house for dinner once, and he did make some incredible guy food.
Damn, we got to go to Nick's house for dinner.
Yeah. Maybe I should just knock on his door tonight. Maybe I should just show up to his house tonight and
I think
be
he's
like,
in
hey,
Japan,
man.
so you could.
Okay, yeah, that would be nice.
You could maybe get in there.
It's got a good view. Yeah, I don't know if I'll ever personally make it to like tier 3 guy food.
I think, yeah.
But I'm okay with that. In the same way that
I don't think I'll ever really be fully competent at playing the guitar. I don't think I'll be able to just like hear something and just go doodle doodle doo and just knock it out. I almost said nut it out.
Yeah.
In the same way, I don't think I'll be able to do that, but with food. I would love to, though. I aspire to.
During COVID, my wife and I did like a Chopped night, which for our citizen soldiers, if you ever seen the reality show Chopped, it's like judges give 3 chefs like, hey, these are your ingredients. They just reveal the ingredients and they have to make a dish with like these kind of like seemingly random ingredients and they have to make something good out of them. And we were watching a lot of Chopped and we were like, oh, we should do a Chopped tonight. And like I assigned 3 ingredients. I went and bought them from the grocery store and was like, okay, Jordan, you make a meal with these. And then she did it to me too. And like her meal was like good and mine was like almost inedible because I'm so bad.
I feel like when they're doing that show, they've like, there's probably a consultant coming up with like, yeah, you could make something with this. They're not just like randomly throwing together like Cheetos, eggs, and toothpaste.
Well, they're like Cheetos and eggs would be like somewhat like it would be like, you know, onions, a specific type of like radish, and then like Cheetos or something like that. Or like there's sometimes a protein, like a weird protein. They'd be like pig feet, radish, and like Cheetos.
Yeah.
You know, and then it's like, okay, this is definitely edible, but like I have to know how to best like get the fat out of the pig feet or like bring out this certain thing. Long story short, it was just to say that like that was impossible and paralyzing to me.
Gotcha.
Having to think about making something like I need a little rule book, like for all, you know, the air of pretension and like self-importance that I'm like, well, I have ascended level 2 guy food. Like I'm stuck.
I think it might be 2.5.
Yeah, I think I'm like 2.5. I'm like still following a little rule book. I go to the New York Times. I find my little rules. I go to, you know,
that was my big tip. If you're not already doing this, 20 something year old moron bachelor, get a New York Times. At least get the Cook King app.
New York Times is great. I like Molly Baz.
Yeah,
she has a lot of recipes. There's a book, Otto Lengi. He's like a good non-pretentious chef. I think he's non-pretentious, but he has this cookbook called Simple that like has awesome recipes that aren't that hard and don't take that many ingredients, so they're all really flavorful. They don't have that many esoteric ingredients. And yeah.
The thing that's holding me back and maybe a lot of people is that I gotta sit there and I gotta plan. First off, hate planning. I have to come up with what I want to eat. Then I have to I gotta write down my grocery list. It's a big affair.
It is a big affair.
And I know I was, advocating let that affair take over your whole day, and I guess I kind of still am, because I think if I could do that, I would be fully mature. If I could just come up with a plan for dinner multiple nights in a row and go get what I need instead of just like winging it, but in a bad way often. Mm-hmm. But it might make it more accessible if we can just get the guys to the grocery store quicker, faster, easier. I'm trying to think. I don't have any written down of like optimizations towards that. One thought was, I don't know, if we could just make recipes goddamn easier. Maybe we're working on this. Maybe we're working on add this to your grocery list in the New York Times app, and then you go buy it and pick it up from your local grocery store.
Yeah.
And I just had to go somewhere and get it. Woo-hoo! I'd be getting more involved. But then I'm not going into the grocery store. I'm not meeting the grocer. I'm not walking up and down the aisles, getting strange ideas about what's this odd fish I've never seen before. Maybe I'll cook something with that. So, you don't want to over-optimized grocery store.
Yeah, exactly. The butcher and fish guy always talks to me about college football. Even different guys, they're always
That's awesome.
The guy today was like, "Oh, you went to Georgia?" And I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "I won some money on them." I said, "Cool.
Nice, man."
Yeah.
You and me both.
Yeah, you and me both.
My education guarded me a high-paying job. And now I can come here and I can buy food from you directly. No more am I getting it from the 7-Eleven.
Yeah, I'm skipping the chicken breast section. I'm going straight to the fresh catch. It's been frozen for a long time.
I don't know. Do you have any thoughts about how to kind of, I don't even know what I'm trying to express. It's the planning stage is where it feels like a goddamn slog. The execution is fun. Here's one thought is I have probably 9 of, what do you call them? Shakers of the same spice that I'm like, I don't have whatever this is, bay leaves. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then I buy them and then I get home and I see I already have bay leaves. So what about just a little camera in your spice drawer or in your spice cabinet, and you're at the grocery store, you can open it up and see. Do I already have that in there?
Yeah, that would be that. That's not a bad optimization.
And it's a live feed from. It's called live at the Spice in the Spice Rack. And it's kind of like a stand-up comedy special, like packaging, but it's just a camera.
It's like the most insane niche thing that I'm like, I might buy one if it was just like a little light.
If I made a targeted Instagram ads featuring this product, I could for sure get some dipshit to buy them.
A light with a little micro camera that turns on in your spice cabinet, so you can see what spices you actually.
And then it has one little like thin little metal arm that you can kind of push stuff around in there, so you can get a better view. You can kind of see like
talking on like a full on like
is that cardamom? Because you know me, there's going to be a lot of spices in there already. I got to weed through it.
Yeah, it's not a bad gadget.
Is there anything else you can think of to sort of get us through the slog?
Honestly, man, I think that is probably the best thing.
That's the best one.
I think that's one of the funniest things that we've come up with. I like it the most, and I think we're hitting the time limit. And I mean, all of this is making me hungry. I do have a guy food night tonight where my wife is like, I'm going to dinner with my friend, and I am going to prepare a meal that is more complex later in the week, and I'm just going to make myself some guy food.
What are you making?
I don't know. I haven't even planned.
That's guy food.
I might go get a steak or something. I might just pick up some food bowl slop, you know?
Yeah, you're gonna what's gonna happen is you're gonna end up ordering food.
Yeah.
Damn, this is getting me hungry. Well, I guess on that note, that's guy food.
Me hungry.
Pleased to meet you.
Me hungry.
Pleased to eat you.
Me hungry, please.
I think the sun is pointing directly into the camera's lens from just glancing at it.
Yeah.
If you're watching this on YouTube, I don't know if you can see us anymore, but thanks for listening at least.
And also, I do want to say to the Randleman Skycam, I know we were talking shit about hot sauce earlier, but that was no indictment
that's for these flavorless hot sauces.
Yeah, that's for like generic run-of-the-mill flavorless hot sauces. Randleman's hot sauces are some of the more complex, interesting, both hot, tangy, intelligent, rounded,
and also angular,
emphatic hot sauces, and their portfolio goes so much farther than hot sauce.
Tom, which one of your favorite hot sauces Randleman's puts out this holiday season?
I love the Ring of Fire Santa sauce. It's like a tropical.
The Santa sauce goes hard.
It's inspired by island nations who live in the Ring of Fire, but also are very Christian. So it's like got a lot of holiday cheer. It's a very bright hot sauce.
Yeah.
That still has like a sharpness.
Yep.
It's like sharp, bright, but it's got a nuttiness of
Santa,
Christmas.
That's that Santa flavor.
Yeah, and it's got that just a little bit of coconut for the island.
Wow.
The island flavor.
That's incredible.
So Ring of Fire Santa sauce.
And mine is the gingerbread milkshake sauce. And peek behind the curtain for the listener. That was a great display of the differences in mine and Tom's improv comedy abilities. Well, citizen soldiers, stay vigilant, stay informed, stay cooking.
Welcome to the journey. Welcome to the awakening. You are loved. Nobody thinks like you. Email us, reallyimportantthinking@gmail.com. Please.
I really don't think you can see us on this camera.
Really Important Thinking is produced by Griffin Winsler, Tom Fell, and Dr. Chris Chismore. All fact-checking is done by the MIT Institute for Data, Systems, and Society. Really Important Thinking is engineered at the Stanford Institute of Consequential Noise and recorded at Detweiler Sound in humble Tupelo, Mississippi. When I see my baby dancing, I know it's to that Detweiler sound. Sound mixing by Reed Armband with music by Laser Monster. Tom's costume was provided by Padma Lakshmi with catering provided by Kokomo's Mungo Lounge. Kokomo's, if you can't take her here, you can't take her anywhere.